Hey, I'm Matt with Meat Church. Let's make chicken fried steak with Robert Earl Keen. Well, I always say you never know who's going to stop by the Meat Church, and today we have a very special guest, our friend, Mr. Robert Earl Keen. He's an outdoorsman just like I am, so not only are we going to make chicken fried steak today, we're actually going to make chicken fried venison. So you can follow this recipe and use beef or venison or whatever you want. We've done this before on this channel, but it's been almost 5 years. You guys love the recipe, so today we're going to make chicken fried steak, we're going to make cracked pepper gravy, and we're going to make mashed potatoes, and it's going to be glorious. So enough from me. Let's bring in my friend, Mr. Robert Earl Keen.
All right.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Well, what an honor to have you come to Waxahachie, Texas.
Yeah, and what an honor. Yeah, I mean, are you kidding? I get to cook with the master here. What are you going to show me?
Well, I heard little birdie told me that you like chicken fried steak. In fact, what did you say when I asked you how much you like chicken fried steak? What?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bud.
See, I like that.
Yeah.
I know you like to hunt, so you got to tell me you probably grew up eating some venison.
All right, you know, from the time I was about 5 years old. A lot of our holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that were spent out, say, San Angelo and that area, and Sonora, and hunting deer and turkey and that kind of thing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I always say, to me, everything tastes better cooked outside. It's actually a beautiful Texas day today.
It is a hell of a beautiful
In the dead of winter.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
We just filmed out here a couple weeks ago and we were freezing. It was actually freezing. We made chili, but I'm not going to argue about this weather.
I don't think so.
All right, well, we're going to go grab some deer meat. We're going to jump in. I'm pretty excited about this. So this is not just any old deer meat. So this is a backstrap, but this is from this past season, the very first deer that my daughter Ava shot.
Man, wow, that's really great. That's gonna. So we're talking about family and fresh, huh? Fresh and family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So I tell you a funny story. I'm friends with my buddy Dean Faring. He makes amazing chicken fried steak, and I asked him one day. We were in Telluride, Colorado, cooking an event together, and I said, "All right, Godfather of Southwestern cuisine, you got to tell me what's your secret to chicken fried steak?" And he said, "It starts with filet mignon." So, you know, the backstrap reminds me of that. So this is going to be, hopefully this will be so tender that we can just gum it, but this can't be bad.
No, it looks good to me, man. I'm ready to go.
So you can make this with round steak, tenderized round steak if you don't have beef. So what I'm going to do is, this is the whole backstrap right out of the deer. So you could, you know, do the same thing with the whole beef tenderloin, or like I said, you could buy a much lesser cut. History of chicken fried steak, you know, here in Texas, German folks that settled here, this is kind of like schnitzel. So it's a way to take a lesser cut and make it really good. It doesn't have to be this nice of a cut. But what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna cut this into, you know, some kind of little fillets here, and we're gonna pound it real thin to fry, if that sounds all right. I think I'm gonna see how these do. So I don't know, we're going about 1 inch. There's no real right or wrong way, but that's too thick to fry. So we're gonna put an apron on in case there's some meat shrapnel. And we're gonna, what I like to do is just put it between 2 pieces of like wax paper, pound it thin, so that it fries more evenly and quickly. There we go. See how big we can make this. So we're not quite there, but you can see it's already like half of the thickness that it was, so I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, why do you use a smooth side on the hammer?
Well, the only reason I did, if I was going without the paper, I'll use this side, which we could do that. I thought I'll tear through that paper, but let's try a little tenderizing side here. Definitely get some tenderization. So if I'm using paper, I'll use the smooth side. But when I come out of that, I can use this side.
Yeah.
We'll do a little of both.
That looks so fun, man.
It's kind of satisfying. I think I'm gonna let you do this in a second. What do you think about that?
Damn near perfect there.
All right. gonna do some more of these. Okay.
All right.
All you now.
All right, right. Man, I feel better already. Yeah. You just kind of pretend these are different anxieties that you have, right? Just work on these dudes, man. Okay. All right.
Well, as busy as we've been lately
This is driving in traffic.
in Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas. Watch out.
All right, you travel all over. What are some of your favorite Texas cities or favorite places to go?
Texas, I'd love the Trans-Pecos area, you know. I spent quite a bit of time out in Marfa. Also, I like where I live in the hill country. I live over right outside of, I say Kerrville, but I really live 5 miles from Medina, Texas.
Okay.
So, yeah, so.
Pretty there.
Yeah, and I like that a lot. It's really beautiful. And it's, you know, I'm one of those guys that likes remote areas.
Same.
You know?
I don't like a lot of people.
Not a whole lot of people. Well, you seem to be good with people, but me, I'm going to like, that's just my people anxiety right here. All right.
So growing up, you know, I think food was a little under-seasoned, and I'm in the seasoning business. And so I think a lot of times people would fry and there would not be enough stuff on it. So whether I'm doing this or fried chicken, I like to lightly season the meat, and then we're gonna heavily season the flour. So I was thinking if you were willing to kind of lightly season these with our Blanco, which is salt, pepper, onion, garlic, that would be amazing.
Yeah, okay.
It's a very popular seasoning, so I'll have to send some home with you.
Yeah, I love that, yeah. I actually like the, you know, really a lot of times I just with meat, I just do salt, pepper, and garlic.
Yeah, so this just has a little onion added, but it's very basic, you know, for beef. So it just we'll do still light on both sides.
Okay, all right.
Comes out quick too.
I know. Oh no, that's too much in it. Okay. We can dust that one off. All right, I got you.
There, that's perfect.
All right.
First one.
All right, there we go. How about that? You know, on both sides, right?
Perfect. No, you did good. That's perfect.
That's okay. You just want it on one side.
No, I did two sides, but
Okay, both sides.
I like let it soak in there.
Whoa.
There you go.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right. We got it.
Like a pro.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna set these aside and
Okay.
get a little breading station going.
Okay.
So a very controversial subject in chicken fried steak is, do you dredge it once or do you dredge it twice? And I've typically been a double dredge guy. I like them both. What do you like?
I can do both, but however, when you're talking about like getting that messy hand, the big catcher's mitt thing, you know, and sometimes I just like to do it once because it's just, you know, like a really light thing.
Yeah.
It's very light. And so, like, for instance, like when I say breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I might just do a one time for breakfast, you know, and then you get lunch and dinner, and then you double.
Go double?
Yeah, I go double. There you go.
Okay, well.
There's a rule you can go by, man.
Okay, well, I guess based on the time,
Yeah.
we'll go double.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set up my dredging station, and what I usually do is a couple eggs, a little bit of buttermilk, could use beer, could use water.
Oh, don't use water.
Yeah, don't.
No, I used to have some roommates that used water. I would just like go, oh God, come on.
So we made some chili recently, jailhouse chili. You might appreciate this, but Frank Tolbert, he wrote an article called "That Bowl of Fire Called Chili," and it was about.
Is this Terralingua thing?
No, it's Dallas, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So apparently the chili they served in the Dallas County Jail, like in the 30s, 40s, was so popular when people got discharged, they asked the sheriff for the recipe. And as far as we could find, the recipe was actually made with water, but we added beef stock because I'm with you, like, you know.
No water.
There's not a lot of flavor in
So
water.
were there any history of anybody just going to jail so they could get, you know, learn how to do the chili, right?
Well, hey, while I'm mixing this up, I'm bringing this up to you. So I know you're pure Texan, but you know, a lot of people, You know, I think beans and chili or no beans is like the most debated thing in the history of Texan
Definitely.
food. And where do you fall on that?
Beans.
Okay.
Beans, but not seasoned beans, just regular pinto beans.
Okay.
I don't,
Okay.
you know, when throw in the seasoned kind of beans, I just, you know, they all absorb their own flavor. That's
Yep.
the whole thing about chili to me. And it's a lot of different things that becomes one thing.
I like that. Okay. I always say there's no right or wrong. You know, we kind of lean into the persona, you can't have beans, but I don't, you like what you like, you know.
Sure.
So this is our, we actually have chicken fried breading that can be great on its own. We're gonna add more seasoning today. I always say give your breading station a lot of love. And if I was using a seasoning of ours that was colored, you know, I would use so much that this would start to, you know, change colors. But we're just, it's a black and white seasoning. Use my hand spoon here. Okay. So chicken fried steak's messy where I come from. So the old double dredge, real simple. We're gonna take this piece of meat, trying to just use one hand. Something I learned from Dean, don't just put it in your flour, work it in. Just get it in those crevices. So you gotta
I like that.
you gotta push it in there. That's important. And we're gonna,
So doing the bag and shaking thing.
I like the bag and shaking thing. I do like that, especially with fried chicken, and I thought about doing that. You know why I didn't do it? I don't have a very respectable paper bag right now.
Okay.
I have like a Trader Joe's bag, and that doesn't
No, you
feel
don't
real
want that.
Texan.
You had to shoot out there and get it wet and it could break at the bottom.
So I get it all nice and wet. I go right back in that seasoned flour. This one, not as tough as the first one. Just make sure it's covered, and then I'm gonna set it aside. One of my keys is I like this to sit like this for a minute. So now that it's like totally covered, I like to shake it off, and I'm gonna put it over here on this pan, and I like to let it sit for a little bit, like 15 minutes. I don't really know what magic's going on, but so if you're keeping score, I've actually maintained a clean hand, which that may be a record.
Way to go.
So we're gonna do the rest of these. All right, so we've had some good topics here, beans and chili or not. So tell me, a mutual friend of ours is shooting a bunch of your guitars. Tell me a little bit about you've got a pretty big guitar collection.
Yeah, I've been collecting guitars since somewhere in the early '80s, and at this point, I've got a sizable collection, somewhere around 75 guitars, 75. And I amped it up after a while. I used to just collect acoustic guitars, but then I found out that there was so much greater variety in electric guitars that they were kind of more fun to get into, you know, just one of those things that just like explodes. There's no end to how many different kinds of electric guitars you can get. So I'm not a great electric guitar player, but I love playing them, and I have those. One of the things that I like to mention about you know, double dipping or single dip dredgings, you know, about this, there's one of the things that you'll get into it with some particularly electric guys is do you use round wound strings or flat wound strings? And a flat wound string is one that's like really slick. You know, they're really slick and you can't feel it while you're playing. They just slide. Whereas like a round wound has this round winding around the core of the string.
Okay.
And so you'll get some real you know, back and forth about talking about round wound or flat wound. And I'm a flat wound guy, which is kind of the minority, really.
Okay.
Yeah, but the people that love round wounds can feel that string, and kind of it helps them feel where they are on the neck and stuff. You know, me being like, you know, pretty lame guitar player, I don't care where it is. I just like to slide up and down and go, you know, that's really cool. So that's one of the, you know, fun kind of things that you can get back and forth with people about guitars. But there's, you know, it's infinite.
Do you have all these guitars on display? How do you manage nearly 100 guitars?
Well, a lot of them I have one room that's just a guitar room. They're just all, you know, they're all up on the wall, and they're hanging from the wall, and then the rest of them are usually in cases and things like that. But we're going to make we're working on with our friend Cameron Gott, fellow Aggie. Yep.
He's one of my favorite Aggies.
Yeah, one of your favorite Aggies. We're working on a guitar book, and the probably you know, the top 35 or so guitars, and we've got a deal with Texas A&M Press,
Oh, cool.
and they're going to put it out sometime probably next spring, sometime, something like that. It takes, I don't know, I know you do some book things, and as you know, then books take a lot longer than just like putting this deal together, huh?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I said I wasn't going to do a cookbook forever, and
Yeah.
we're, I don't know, I would say we're near completion on ours, and it's been years.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to a guy who had all these recipes already.
Yeah, yeah. There's just the shots and the copy and everything, and even the weight of the paper is important, right?
Okay, I'm going to go wash off what you call the catcher's mitt so that we can fry.
High five.
So I've got some peanut oil in a skillet. I kind of do a light, you know, like not a deep fry, and I get it to 350 degrees. Pretty simple.
Sure. Yeah.
And I just kind of slip them in. I'm dangerous. I go with my hand here.
Ooh.
I do about 2 at a time,
Ah.
similar size, and then
Ah.
for some reason, I often kind of flip them over, but I'm gonna cook them till they're golden brown, and after they're crispy golden brown and we try them, I'm gonna listen to you play some songs.
Okay. Fantastic. And I'll tell you all about the tour too.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. You know, this isn't my first rodeo in this whole deal. I have this character that I pull out every once in a while. It started with drinks mostly. I did I think one food effort, but I have this AKA Mean Domino Bob, where Mean Domino Bob gets in there. Let's say, like for instance, I made this drink called a Pink Moon over a Gold Nugget, and it was with vodka and some juice, and the Gold Nugget was a piece of pineapple in the bottom, right?
Okay.
Right. But the whole trick about Mean Domino Bob is that, like, you talk about like earlier on about worrying about like getting too sloppy or having too much flour and stuff. Oh, Mean Domino Bob doesn't care about that at all. I mean, ice is flowing and alcohol is flowing everywhere, and I'm just throwing stuff out there. And you know, I should have kind of kept it up, because it was one of the things that I put on the social media on my own. That was, you know, as long as I was doing something really stupid like that, it was working for me. And yeah. And the only food item I ever did was I did elementary school spaghetti, which was basically taking spaghetti that's already been made and everything, and then taking it out of the refrigerator and putting a whole stick of butter there and just getting it hot as hell, and then just dropping that spaghetti in there and just like frying the hell out of it, you know? Like you used to have, like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I had it in elementary school just like that. It was just, it was like scary and great taste all at one time, you know? It was really fun. But had some fun with this. I just don't know, you know, I don't have your, I don't know, sophistication to pull this off on a regular basis.
I don't know, might be a resurgence. Might be a little resurgence.
Yeah.
Time to revert.
Yeah, we'll have to, look at that.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
So, you know, one of the reasons I like to flip it is this one kind of started to curl. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I'm looking for, you know, golden brown. Trying not to break that beautiful crust.
Yeah.
So you can see why I double dredge.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
That's a preference thing. And then, I don't know, I like
Just spooning it on.
why not? You know?
Yeah.
Gives me something to do. I got ADHD extreme, so.
Yeah. See, and also, if me and Domino and Bob were working this deal, he'd be cramming every piece of meat into this skillet all at one
Well,
time.
I'm not trying to like catch us on fire, you know?
No, I know. It's just, it would just be like, you know, in first place, me and Domino and Bob's pretty pinchy about stuff, so he doesn't waste any, like, you know, I don't want to have to reinvigorate the grease in the pan.
Gotcha.
You know? I imagine you have to change this out every once in a while, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's peanut oil, it's good oil. You ought to filter it and reuse it a few times, but sometimes I don't have a lot of patience, so we just move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Look at I think these are looking pretty good.
They look fantastic.
I'm gonna pull these out and keep frying.
Oh man, oh man. Look at that.
Not bad.
Whoa. All right.
So my trick is I put them on a wire rack because you've got all this,
Okay.
you know, oil I want to run off there. And then I always tell people, you're cooking for a family or a group, how do you keep these warm? So I do let all the oil run off, put it on here. I want that to stay crispy. So what I do is I've got a smoker like barely going back here, acting like a warmer. It's at, 170 degrees, basically like your oven inside.
Uh-huh.
If you do this in your oven, I'd say put it in there like this, leave the oven cracked open because you don't want to overcook it.
Yeah.
But that way this will stay like nice and crispy while we fry the rest of them.
Yeah, well, I'd say, you know, if me and Domino Bob were here, he'd put that stuff in foil and go start up his car and put it on your muffler there, you know, and just like, no. He learned that in the oil field, you know. You go, those big old generators they have and stuff. They used to have like chili mac. Do you know what chili mac is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They put a can of, they just like open it with a can opener, like a church key can opener, and put that on the muffler on a big old generator and stuff. And if you picked it up in the right amount of time, it was okay. But a lot of times people would forget and it would explode.
So as long as you're, these days, if you video that and put it on social media, it'll get a lot of clicks. It'll go viral.
So you're at 350 degrees and you're using peanut oil, right? I mean, right?
Yeah, I like peanut oil because it has a high smoke point. You know, I say you can use whatever oil you want, but make sure it has a high smoke point. That way it doesn't burn, don't get any weird taste. If you got a nut allergy, you can use something else like, you know, canola, but this is my go-to. I started using peanut oil frying turkeys.
Uh-huh.
If you want to save money, filter it out when you're done, hang on to it, reuse it. I mean, McDonald's is using their oil all day long, so you can get some more uses out of this.
Sure.
But yeah, that's what I like to do.
Yeah. And so like canola oil is an alternative. I mean, you wouldn't do something like olive oil or anything like that.
Way too expensive.
Yeah, way too expensive. Yeah.
We're on a budget here making chicken fried steak.
Well, that's true. I mean, it's kind of like one of those foods like fajitas or some different kinds of bread that started out being like, I don't know, the poor man's choice, and then then it elevated itself somehow through the culture where it's like a thing.
Hey, not cheap, but speaking of, let me tell you how you've influenced me. Anytime your song comes on and I hear a steamy plate of enchiladas, I immediately tell my wife we need to go to Mi Casa for enchiladas.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Can't beat a good one. I like to go to Blanco Cafe. There's a couple of them in San Antonio. That's like a family-owned business, and but the one downtown, it feels like you're walking into 1950. It's
really
awesome.
I've never been.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's on Blanco. It's on Blanco Road, right on the outskirts of downtown.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it's just so fun. You know, like I saw in your house there that had all these rules and stuff like that. They have rules that are always kind of like very tough, women oriented. Like one of them says, men have feelings, but who cares? Right?
Sounds like my wife wrote this.
Yeah. So not only like is the food good, but like, you know, there's just sort of like visual entertainment going on all the time. It's really a good place. Yeah.
What do you think about the color on that?
Oh man, that's a knockout. That's a knockout. You know, the other thing is I just got some new kitchen stuff and I didn't know what to do with this thing.
Like, I mean, chicken wings on it, all kinds of stuff.
I'm so glad to get to, I know about that. Yeah, now I know.
All right, let's get the rest of these fried up. All right, I'm gonna get these out of the smoker. It's time to eat.
Bingo.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Here's that. Which one you want?
Huh?
Which one you want?
I like that one right there.
Smart. That's what I call pick of the litter.
Okay.
Okay. So while I'm getting this ready, I've made our mashed potatoes. I've made my gravy recipe down below at meatchurch.com. When this is coming out, I know you're about to start off on a new tour, so why don't you tell us about that?
We're going to go out in March. It starts with a single date at Devil's Backbone on March the 8th. However, I can't brag about that one too much because it's already sold out. You can't. That one's sold out. But we start on I think the 12th to the 14th of March, and we start up in Ponte Vedra, Florida, which is northern Florida on the East Coast, and then we go to Augusta, Georgia at the Miller Theater, and we go down to Savannah, Georgia, then we go up to Asheville, North Carolina. No, we go to South Carolina at the music hall, the Charleston Music Hall there, and then we go to Asheville, North Carolina, and on up to the famous Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee.
The Mother Church.
Yeah, the Mother Church, and then we wind up that whole tour at a show at. Let's see. It's Memphis, Tennessee, and Germantown. Okay. So it's not a long tour, but it's significant in that we are the name of this tour is Then and Now. We're celebrating 2 different records. We like 25 years on a record I made called Gravitational Forces. And then 15 years on a record I made called Ready for Confetti. And so we're going to be doing some of those, and I think we might have a few surprises along the way. We're also when we get back to Texas, we're having this thing where I'm being honored as Texan of the Year.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Is there an honor higher than being named Texan of the Year?
I don't know, Matt, but it's a long way to fall, is what I keep thinking. I know that's the glass half empty, but I want to say like, okay, what am I going to do now?
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. So we are doing that. And then there's the Troubadour Festival in College Station. I think you're there. Huh?
I'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll come hang.
Yeah. So we will do. Maybe we'll do some more cooking. Maybe I'll show you how to do. Mean Domino Bob's famous elementary school spaghetti.
I'm gonna hold you to that. Down there at Special Place You, College Station.
Yes.
By the way, I've got the Church Street sign. You used to live on Church Street. You signed that for me a while back. So that's hung in the Meat Church kitchen up here. People never knew the greatness of it. And last time you came to Waxahachie, I had to ask you to sign that for me.
Yeah.
Hangs at Meat Church, so people that come to my barbecue splash shop can see that.
Yeah, I mean, we got some cross marketing that we didn't even think about, didn't we?
It's just as organic as it gets.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm gonna let you dig in.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Give it a shot here. See what you think. I got this awkward angle, so I'm just gonna reach far. But
my mashed potatoes always require a knife, so I don't know even how to start with that. But I'm gonna try this here like this, Oh man.
Chicken fried venison from a doe my daughter shot. Go easy on me.
Oh hell, this is awesome.
That's a good reaction.
Yeah, I just thought, I've seen some cooking shows where people say that and then they start choking, but I want to say this is really my mouth is having a party right now.
Well, road goes on forever, but the party never ends, a wise man once said. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and this is halfway between lunch and dinner, and as I say, I ain't mad at it. Anything about the double dredge I hit you with?
Yeah, I would go for that. I would go with that, definitely. Definitely.
I just, probably preferencing that some people might want it a little bit lighter, but I usually eat one bite. This is so good, I might eat the whole thing.
Hey, thank you for coming on our podcast, Americana Podcast, 51st State. Like I said before, we are about to celebrate our 7th year of Americana Podcast, and our anniversary date is Willie Nelson's birthday, April the 29th.
Okay.
And
so I think ours might come out like sometime around May, but that was a ton of fun to have you come to my podcast studio for a podcast we're just about to launch. But that was neat for me to exercise it out with you for first person we've had in there.
No. Oh, what a great studio too. I mean, I can't wait to see your version of it because
thank you.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to come back sometime when you're in this area. We'll pop in there and do one of ours.
I'll tell you what. You know what? If we just do this exact same chicken fried venison fried steak, I'll be happy. Yeah.
Well, you know what I think will go good with this? Only thing that could be better than chicken fried steak, chicken fried venison with Robert Earl Keen would be if you're willing to play a song for our audience.
I can do that. I can definitely do that.
Okay.
All right. Heading out there. Sun setting on our time living here. You lost the will, I've lost the heart. We should be leaving while the coast is still clear. We won't make it after dark. Cash in our chips and we can pack up the car. Lock the door and hide the key. The only two things that mean anything to me are loving you and leaving Tennessee. Silver eagles fly down streets paved in gold. Stars keep shining through the dawn. Anything that you can dream of to hold, you can have it for a song. But there's a song tonight that's riding the wind. You're the words and I'm the melody. The only two things that mean anything to me are loving you and leaving Tennessee. It's just the two of us all out on our own. That's the way it ought to be. The only two things that mean anything to me are loving you and leaving Tennessee. We can call up all our friends on the phone, tell them someday we'll return. First we have to start to make a new home. We have one last bridge to burn. Lay your head down and we'll drive through the night. In the morning light, you're gonna see the only two things that mean anything to me are loving you and leaving Tennessee. The only two things that mean anything to me are loving you and leaving Tennessee. One day out of 25 years, had a service at a local Sears, and I walked, put a pencil down, and walked away. And all they found was a little note, adios is all she wrote. But as she left, someone heard her say, gonna buy me a ticket to the end of the line, gonna feel the air, breathe the countryside. Then those tipsy rolling, I'll be satisfied. I'm gonna ride, ride, ride. Saturday night I was down at Joe's. He was mopping up, getting ready to close. He sat down and poured me one last brew. And he said to me with a sideways glance, if I ever get the chance, gonna sell this joint, and this is what I'll do. Gonna buy me a ticket to the end of the line. I wanna feel the air and breathe the countryside. Long as those wheels keep rolling, I'll be satisfied. I'm gonna ride, ride, ride. I suppose I could stay in this little town till my dying day, but in my heart I know I've gotta go. I'm standing at the station waiting for the train, don't know when I'll be back again. Mr. Engineer, won't you let your whistle blow? Got me a ticket to the end of the line. I wanna feel the air and breathe that countryside. Long as those wheels keep rolling, I'll be satisfied. I'm gonna ride, ride, ride. Long as those wheels keep rolling, I'll be satisfied. I'm gonna ride, 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 ride.